Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. I've started warming up my plate, which just means it's also cleaning it up too. Just putting a layer of paint on and then picking it up. It does help, I think. At least Barbara says it does. Barbara 49 Dragonflies. She has a video where she shows warming up her plate. I'm going to do a few more of just plain pickups, I think. I wasn't gonna. I was sitting here debating on whether I wanted to actually record or not because I was thinking of doing a technique that I've done like recently, and then I was like, well, but maybe I want to do some other techniques too. And sometimes you guys just like watching. You know, just I get to be the messy one, and you guys get to live vicariously through me. So you don't have to get as messy. Because I do the getting messy part, so that you don't have to. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up a few more pieces, just picking up the what's on here. I mean, just picking up plain color because I want some base color pieces is why. There's a reason. I don't always have a reason for stuff, but at this moment in time, there's a reason. Yeah, I know. I could use it. It's all pretty. I should use it, right? Use my Baron. Most of you have seen it. My little dragon Baron. I will, if I forget, remind me, but I will try to remember, or when I usually watch, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I got to link Anthony below. Anthony Cody Woodcraft. Not Cody's. I think it's just Cody. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is 32-pound papers. My plate might need to be cleaned. If it rips the paper again, that didn't rip the paper, it's just a smudge on there. It's alright. And my brayer probably needs to be cleaned too. It's got some lumpy, bumpy bits, but that's okay because that's all going to get covered. So it's not really that big a deal. I'm still doing like Christmassy kind of colors, but not just Christmassy colors. I don't know. Also a mushroom, which apparently champignon, that's a mushroom, and is that French? I always thought, well, see, around here most everything, if it's a second language, is Spanish, and then up in Maine it's usually French, you know, because Quebec is, you know, the further up north you are, the closer to French speaking country you are. Just saying. I could also brayer for this part onto paper if I so desired. I just don't so desire at the moment, although I was on. I got too much. I need to, and I don't have space. I never have enough space, so I'm just gonna brayer on here. Brayer some of this off on here, and then I will hopefully have the right amount of paint on here to pick up. I'm doing quick pulls, so I should not have to like put it aside and, you know, get a different. And I'm actually going to be using these for cards, so I don't even necessarily need to. I don't need to worry about the back getting dirty, and I don't need to worry about, you know, if I do it on an 8x10 or a 9x12. Because I'm going to, you know, cut out the pieces I want anyway. But yeah, I'm making some cards. But also, if you don't make cards, you just make ephemera. It doesn't matter. It's all good in the neighborhood. You make what makes you happy. Alright. And it's okay that it's got a lot of white showing through. That's alright. Like I said, this is just one layer. Layering is the name of the game. I do like to layer. Not quite sure where that green came from. I mean, oh, we had the blue. Maybe that's why. I mean, not that I don't have green. I also have green. It looks blue. It's Villa Green or Villa Verte. Seems more Italian than French. I don't know. I don't know what the second language is on the folk art paints. So yeah, most of these are all matte paint. Some of them are chalk, some are just matte of the folk art made by Plaid. You know, I get those at either Joann Fabrics, or do they have them at Walmart? I might also get them at Walmart, but I know when I looked at Joann Fabrics the other day, they were there. Alright, so I'm putting one paper, and then I'm going to put another piece right on top of that one. And then I can start getting some spraying on the back of that, potentially. If I can pull up some of the paint from the edges to get onto there, then it'll just be something. Just something, a start of something. I mean, it does also mean my shoulder will probably hurt more. So yeah, for anyone in Eastern Massachusetts, I will be visiting my friend Heather's booth. She's going to be selling junk journals at the Sip and Stroll at Kingston Connection. That's December 7th of 2024. My friend Heather is, I used to have her linked below, but I need to start linking her book again. She has a book, Introduction to Junk Journaling, on Amazon, if you ever want to check that out. Yes, I like to help my friends out and promote my friends, and, you know, it's not just about me here. I like to help other people, too. Alright, this is Christmas Green. I might just finish this one today. I mean, why not? And also, you've seen how some of these, you know, they don't go on smooth, and I don't know if it's because my plate needs to be cleaned, or it's my brayer, or if it's actually the paints. Alright, so that's a thicker amount that time. Here's the one I was just, actually, we'll just take this one. And kind of have layers with the brayer. Kind of pulling that paint in from those outside edges. All good. Oh yeah, because I still have a lot of white showing through it, and I don't know if that's just the paint, the brayer, or the plate. I don't mind this stuff on the edge. That's actually kind of nice. So, in order to know that or not, let's go ahead and try some expensive paint and see if there's a difference. This is a heavier body. It's Golden Payne's Gray, one of my favorites. I'm pretty happy with the color it is. I don't care if it has black in it. I'm not using it for like painting. I don't know, somebody shared a reel where somebody was like, why I don't use Payne's Gray. I was like, okay, I'm still gonna use it. Might make sense in fine art, but it doesn't necessarily make sense for me. Just saying. Especially if I find a Payne's Gray that I really like. Sometimes I will mix my own colors, don't get me wrong. But a lot of times I want to add black into it anyway, so if I want it to be darker. Even though I know there's other mixes you could use. Alright, that, I'm thinking it might be my plate. My plate sat on the, it's like even more obvious where the problems on the plate are. I'm just like, what? Alright, let's try Liquitex and see what happens with a Liquitex paint. Okay, first, before I go to Liquitex, because, that's Master's Touch. This one's a heavy body. Master's Touch Sap Green. Let's try that one. Of course, some of that blue is going to pick up. But that's alright. I was surprised to see that the more expensive paint was not any better than the craft paint. It's actually had better coverage, surprisingly. So for those that are wondering, do I need to buy the expensive paints for my gel plate? No, you don't. You can use cheap craft paints, and they will be just fine and dandy. I like variations of, you know, more than one green on something. It's always nice. There we go. Pick this up. And you can still see where all those marks were, but it picked up the blue where the, of course that doesn't count, right? Because it picked up the blue. Let's try that one again. I just had it. Like, it's right here. I throw things and then I can't find them. So, are you wondering what I'm going to be doing for layers today? It's not going to be powder. I know I did that one somewhat recently. Well, I guess it was this summer. I could pull out the powder, but I think it's mostly going to be the trash bag. But and then I was like, oh, but there was something happening on that one print, and I was like, maybe I want to use some alcohol inks. So, you know, you never know what I'm going to do. But I want layers. Oops. Whether it's scrunch it up things or stencils or what, I definitely want some layers. I know that was a thick amount too. I mean, the little spots, that's from my brayer for sure. And there is still some white showing through, so might just be, this might need to be cleaned. That might be part of my issue. All right, flamenco red. That was a good red that worked with the kit. And I'm going to need a brighter red for some of my focal points. So I bought some focal points, digital, that I printed. You saw the animals ones that I got. I also got some whimsical ones. And if they hadn't spilled all over my floor, I would be able to show them to you. But I started making a video before picking up the stuff because, you know, that's how I roll. I'm not worried that there's some paper out of there because I can use pieces of it still. Still use it for collage crumbs. I wish me like the back of this better when it's all said and done. Alright, so that was the flamenco red. But see, it's not a smooth, perfect, which I don't want it to be anyway, so it's working good. Okay, let's start, let's see, let's do like a neutral for a layer. It's okay if a little red gets in it, it's all fine. I will link the, okay, Darcy, this is a reminder to link the Etsy shops for the digitals you got to use for these cards. Got the whimsical ones and the farm animals, and hopefully, I mean, you'll see them when I make the cards. This is just the backgrounds. Did you want more right now? Alright. I have found this Amazon packaging works very nicely for this. I just kind of stick it on there, get some wrinkliness, and then use one of my bases that I already have, and get some rare action going too, because why not? And a quick pull. And then a little bit's left behind for the next one. So it looks more gray than green, but that's okay, because if you look at these, this here has like, it's like a blue-gray, and then we get the tan wood and whatnot. Plus we have the dark green and the dark red and tans and browns. And so, you know, lots of things are going to work. Oh, where's Tuscan red? Yep, let's do that one. Oops. Tuscan red, and I'll use the lipstick red too. It's a good way to use up some of my craft paints if I don't want to have so many craft paints, but I actually really like having my craft paints around too. I'll have to see which ones are like almost gone, and then I could like kind of finish those up. And then I usually end up with like a really cool piece, you know, once this one is all covered in paint, I still get. And at the beginning, I think I get kind of like bigger pieces like this, and then further on it'll get smaller. Alright, this one has some blue and green. Now we're going to add some red. And I'll add some red to this one too. Because we can. We can do whatever we want. It's our art studio, and we can do what we want, even if we really should be cleaning. I'm not going to shit all over myself right now. I said should. I didn't swear. So there is that layer. My shoulders are already starting to hurt. Sorry for the complaining. Sorry, what can I do? Okay. This is Italian sage, which is probably pretty close to a color that is in that digital. And the other digital has like a lot of like a brighter red and some light blues. Doesn't really have any greens though, but I could still do green in the background for the reds and blues to pop. Ooh, I don't think I shook that well enough, did I? Didn't I just use it yesterday? Pretty sure I did. Alright, so this is like, the other layers were a little thick. This one's like much better. But I think you can see why I wanted to start with a layer of something. We'll do on the turquoise, see how that does. And then I'm not even paying attention to what I'm bringing out. It's kind of a weird color because it mixed with the red. But it's okay. It's just a dirty color. I'm okay with dirty colors. I know some people that prefer dirty colors. Here we go. Picked up some red from the last layer. And this looks more pink than green, and that's okay. Let's do a layer of the dark green. It's going to be too thick, I can tell, because it's a heavy body, and I just put a lot on there. It's alright. I'll be able to brayer it off, brayer quite a bit of it off on something. Just gonna lightly pick that up. It was just so much. There, that's all I need. See, I got off so much paint. So I'm trying to make sure that it's, you know, got some wrinkly bits when I press it down. This one's red. We'll add some green. And this one, well, this is already that green color, but that's alright. Coming back over it with, it still might show a little bit. It's about the layers, I'm telling you. You can get really cool layers with a lot of things. Alright, it looks almost black, which is okay because there is some red and black in some of the things, like if, you know, whether I'm making ephemera or whatever. Let's see. Let's do some more of the Villa Green. Now that there's not red on my brayer, that might help to keep it a little more green. Not go the pink route like the sage did. And then maybe I'll use the sage right after this. We'll see. I don't know. See this one? Well, until it mixes with the green, it feels a little more loose. But it also, see, this piece is getting really cool as well. And normally I would kind of like use both sides, but then I have to pick a side, and I might want to actually use this for. Alright, I'll do this one, which has the red and green. I need to brighten this one up a little bit anyway. Don't worry about it. I know. You're like, but you're covering the texture. That's okay, because it's background. Who knows what I'll do to these things? It's just layers. Layers. Layers are fun. Just keep building up layers and layers. Like some people would say that's done, and they would be happy with that, where I might add more and more layers. Not to annoy you or anything. That's not why I do it. Stop thinking that's why I do it. Oh, once again, forgot to mix it. See that space right there where it got that oily bit. One of these days, I might get a new paper though, because this is getting pretty wet and is looking pretty cool. It's alright, we'll still do. We'll get the edge, oops, wrinkle it up better. That's not very wrinkled. Oh, that's okay. It'll just give us a little something different. This one, the one I'm doing. try to show you, but I can't make any promises about showing you what I'm putting down, so you can see the difference between that layer, the first, the previous layer, and this current layer being put on. Oh, wait, this is the problem I had last time. Hold on. Put my chair up, some might help. I might be too low. That might be why my shoulder's hurting. Glad I remember that now instead of much, much later. So that's what that one looks like now. That black and red, well, it's green and red, but has gone way to the back. There was a lot more on the plate than I realized, but that's probably because this is so wet. But this is cool in itself and would be great collage crumbs to use. Great collage crumbs to use. Lipstick. Rouge. I didn't shake that one either. Oh well. It's a little bit, it's a red with a tiny bit of orange in it. So it works nice with some of these kits that I've got. I don't know if it works for the whimsical ones or not. I will have to pull that out and see. At least pull one of the pictures out, because they all seem to have a very similar red. Stencil it up. Lay it down. Move it about, and let's pop some red on top of this. Well, let's pop some red on this one too. Why not? I know I'm not having like official brayer off sheets, but I am brayering off on some sheets, so because sometimes that's our favorites. There we go. Look at that. It's getting some depth going on in there with the layers, even though you can't see what the first layer was even at all anymore. It's okay. Might even do that one more time. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do. Oh, speaking of black, should I do a little bit of black? I don't know. Let's do some surfboard. So I think that's sort of the color that is in the... Oh, it's going to go a little pink, isn't it? I wish it would just be like streaks of red and not turn. I wouldn't mind streaks of red. It's when it totally changes color. I wonder if I could brayer less if I... How else do we do? Oh, I think the other way to get some decent crinkles is maybe... I'm going to do it one more. It just needs a little brightening up. It's okay that it did that. Yeah, because last year, if I remember, I had done something with crinkles, and I think it was deli paper worked pretty well for those crinkles, because I was doing that was the Kintsugi houses. So if you want to see me use the deli paper, you can go look at that. Alright, so now, it's funny how that blue looks more pink than blue, but that's okay. It definitely brightened it up and pushed it back some more. And, let's see, but where's one that I cut out? Alright, here's like some of the whimsical ones that I was talking about. They've got some blues, the reds, and so that's kind of an orangey red too. So I think, but that's a deeper red. So they've got some different reds and some blues and tans and browns and blues. It's funny. I looked up whimsical Christmas is how I found these, and they're definitely whimsical. So I just need to frame them out for the card, and I want to have some original art behind them. So there's a couple different blues, but no reds. I mean, no greens. And then I think any of these would look good with that background too. So I think this matte background might be done. So we've got one that's ready to go into the, what do you think about this one? That one I don't mind either, actually. It's got a couple layers of different colors. Okay. This needs, it's got the red and the turquoise. It needs a little something, it's maybe red, like some pops of red, maybe, because the other ones are so in the background. Maybe even gone for the, what do I have, crimson? I don't know, could have gone for a brighter, deeper red. I don't like when there's these weird ovals that try to come into my world. Paper bag. Actually, I'm going to grab a piece of deli paper. That will give me, hopefully, a different look. And I can potentially use the deli paper too. Yeah, because I didn't want it quite as heavy-handed this time. I wanted it more like cracks. Oh, I don't mind those little bits of red hanging out on there. These little pops of red here and there. Don't mind that either. That way we didn't obliterate it, but we definitely got some deeper red in the front. Maybe a little bit of a lighter blue. This is the blue I used, isn't it? No, actually that one might have been, do I have this is the blue I used before on the base of that, I think. Let's see, that's sage. Well, maybe mix that one with a little bit of the verdigreen. And, oops. You don't have to just use one color. You can mix colors. Especially if they're like right next to each other on the color wheel. That's the easiest way to use them. And green and blue are right next to each other on the color wheel. Don't know what that red is going to do to us, but ooh, I'm squishing it. So it's going to get a different look because I could feel it move and it's going to be pretty thick. So I'm going to take this one, which could use a good amount of coverage, to be honest. And then, oh, that was way more than I thought was going to come off of there, but that's okay. It's just that one corner. The rest of it will have less. So that is just another layer. But I want to add red or blue to that one, or just more blue. Maybe more blue. I don't know. I know not. Let's do some more Payne's Gray. Because then maybe this lightness will pop on that. We'll see. I have other Payne's Gray too. I don't have to use the golden. I have a Liquitex one. And definitely my brayer could use some cleaning. I could tell that. Okay, now I'm just gonna... There's that. This is the one I'm putting down. So we'll have a little green and blue happening. There we go. Puppy was asking if he could do laundry. I said, please wait. So hopefully you won't be upset with me about that. So that brought up some of the pink and then some of the blue and green. Let's see. Let's talk loud so you can't hear him pink. Carmine. Let's try that one. Why he's using the downstairs bathroom, I don't know. There's the upstairs one. I don't think anyone's in. But, you know, come use the downstairs one while I'm recording. That's fun. This is probably going to be a little purpley. That's alright. We can always use some of these some of these pieces for non-Christmas cards, so I'm gonna hopefully have a variety of cards to use somewhere. Sure, why not on this blue and green one? I mean, it's still wet, but whatever. And we'll just pop a little bit of red on. If I don't go from the same direction every time, that'd be great. That would help. I like when there's like the lines, these lines. I actually like that. It's nice and random. Oh, I wouldn't have minded that either. That I don't mind either. There's just random lines that make me, it makes me happy. I like random lines and I cannot lie. Just a little gel plate, print play. Please. Oh, that's right. It's covered in paint. It shouldn't rip. It's just the plain paper that, oh, see, look at that. You've got some blue showing, some, it's just depth. Depth and depth. It's just really dark, but that's okay. Let's see. I'm just going to leave that for now and see about that. What did I want to do with this one? I wanted to bring down that blue a little bit. Oh, that's why I had done that. Whatever. So I'm using the surfboard again. Hang 10. Hang 10. That's what Tammy says. Hang 10. Tammy is, well, she hasn't made a video in a while. Hopefully. I think she had a really busy summer. And talking about Tammy Odom, who has a YouTube channel. I just haven't seen, I think I have her on alert, you know, notifications. See, it went pink. So I know when she is making a video. Do I really want to get paint all over my, probably not. But yeah, she's in Hawaii, so you know, their summers are probably longer. They probably have good weather for much longer. This actually looks more lavender, and so I definitely do not want to do it on that. You know, I might take a chance and do it on this, though. I don't think lavender will hurt this one. Then we'll try the blue again. Just going to keep trying that blue till we get actual blue. I could get a different, so that's what that one looks like now. Definitely red-violet kind of happening in there. Oh, I was going to see, it's not up there. I was looking up there to see if my bigger braid was up there, but I must have taken it down and not put it back up there. Well, obviously, because it's not up there. Oh, antique white. Actually, what I might want to do with the antique white, hold on. Alright, I'm going to put a stencil down. A very bent up stencil, that's my fault. That's totally on me. Let's go ahead and see if we can pick up some of these circles. Thanks, Mike. That was nice and loud. Just love recording when my husband's home. Nope. But the problem is, batch making videos is quite difficult for me because of my energy constraints. So, that makes it a little bit harder. Alright, that's cool. It's not perfect, and I don't want perfect. Alright, so, we're going to take this. We're going to toss that one on there. It's going to cover a lot of it. It's okay. And we're going to take this one and see what will come off of here. And then we're going to take another piece of paper and set it on top so that we can just brayer our little parts. Just brayer and get as much off of those as we can. And apparently start a new background. Not a lot shows on there. That's okay. I knew that's what would happen. And I'm good with that. Let's see. Just let me look randomly for... Really need to organize my stencils. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I want to find my winter one. Alright, so this Quilted Crop Circles is what this stencil is, by the way, by PM Artist Studio. And did totally cover up a lot of this one. but that's okay. It still works for me. And so now I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use some red this time. I've got, oh, and I just want, all right, so this time I'm going to put the stencil down first. Oops, try not to, and then put the color down, and then take the stencil up, which will give me nice, like I said, you need a good amount when you do it this way. Which means also that I will probably be able to put this on top of, I believe this is a 9x12 stencil. Sometimes people ask me what size it was that I use, because in some of the designs, the size of like the medallions themselves might be a different size depending on which ones you get. Alright, it's okay that it's thicker in some areas than in other areas, because I don't want a perfect, I don't want it to be perfect. But we need to find a thing to use though. Alright, we'll use that one, which is, I think, the one that's missing some. And then put that on there. And this one, we'll do some pops of red on. And then we'll just get some more red on this one when we brayer it. Ooh, that was cool. Alright, I just obliterated it, but you did see like the design from the stencil for a second there. Alright, that has a lot of red on it now, but it'll be cool. It'll be cool. So cool. And yeah, I definitely moved it while it was sitting there. Oh, and then I can do another lift from this. So that's what that looks like. It's okay that it doesn't go to the edge. The thing is, the stencil itself is 9x12, but the design is usually a little bit smaller. Because 9x12 is the biggest size paper, the Yupo paper that they use. Oh, have I ever mentioned that? The stencils that PM Artist Studio makes are made of Yupo, like a medium weight Yupo. Oh, gonna pick this up with green. But it's gonna be, or turquoise. Ooh, let's pick it up with this dark turquoise. Soho Urban Artist turquoise. I don't know that it's totally dry yet. In some places it will be. Not all the places, and that's okay. I'm still doing a quick bowl, so. I just like turquoise and red together, that's all. Well, you know, that's not beautiful. I mean, it will be eventually, it's just not yet. Maybe we'll get a little turquoise on this one. Never know where I might use it. You never know where print will be used. Oh, alright, that's very super subtle with the red. And now that I have not red on my brayer, I can probably go ahead and do the sage. I know I could wait for that to dry, and I'd probably be better if I did, but I'm impatient. I'm doing quick pulls today. Letting things dry is not on the agenda. So if I lose stuff, I lose stuff. That's all there is to it. Alright, we got this one. This is the sulfite paper, which does not always lay as straight as I'd like to when I put it on the, today it's going on the gel plate nicely. Whoops, sorry. I hit ya. I didn't mean to. And there's still some more left on there. It's looking a little bit more pink than red now, but still cool. And that last little bit that's left on here, I'm going to pick up with this antique white. And pick it up with what? I don't know. What, is that a hair? I think there's a hair. Or a string, something. Oh, yep, there it is. Well, that's going to leave a mark in the, the design. That's for sure. So if you don't want to leave a big finger mark in your design, then maybe don't just stick your finger through it like that and use like tweezers or something. You know, crazy talk. Just want a light layer of that. I don't want it super dark on there. What about this one? adding layers. It's just the background. We want interest. Ooh, and we also like, remember, we also like random stripes is the other thing that we also like. They don't have to be straight even. That's the whole point of random. Look, it's got a little red in there. Yep, it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. Okay, now see, if I had let it sit and pulled up the whole thing, it would have come up all in one piece. But because I did quick pulls, I was able to get like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 things from that one. Well, wasn't it actually, that doesn't really, 5 if you count what I got from the stencil itself. So when you do quick pulls, you can get a lot more out of your, yeah, that's where, let's see, this part is like super, I love what's happened. This is my favorite part of that page. How are we doing on time? Let's see, we do want to at least like finish some of these, right? I mean, by finish, I mean, be happy with them. That is looking kind of gray. So let's bring forth the sage or the, oh, what's this? The Villa Green. Let's bring forth some Villa Green. I mean, I do have some like bright green too. I could stick on one just to see how that works. Let's just do this and see. It could be like, oh, here we go. It'll be just a different texture to add onto this. This is one of the Scary Harry's, style 1 or 2. There's 2 styles. One's more like oceany looking, and this one is just more, I mean, they're both from the same picture. So I took a picture of my son's hair because it's curly and really cool. And I don't know about you, but I get jealous of his hair. I wish I had hair like his. Mine's just wavy. But yeah. So there's that. And this one I'm going to put here. And put the stencil here. And pull out something that just needs... Well, why not? We'll just stick that one on there and see what happens. Oh, I could have put another piece on there just to get some of the color, but that's alright. It moved, but that's okay. It's just super, super subtle from the back of the stencil. That one is available in the shop. It's just a nice mixed media. I need to cut the other one. There's another one that is little lines like this that you could use together. I think it was made by Miriam. That Mariah wants me to play with. I just haven't had time yet. Alright, this one definitely needs some lighting up. Alright, I'm going to go to bubble wrap now for a minute and add some layers with bubble wrap. And that might be a good time to bring in like a bright... Never did do alcohol inks, did I? Maybe next time. You just never know. I don't need to put it all the way out though, but I might anyway. Alright, so this is just regular size bubble wrap. I'm going to get paint on it, and then I'm going to bring it in, and this one I'm actually going to do kind of an all over. I don't usually I do it here, there. I mean, it doesn't like do it evenly all over, so it's fine, but you know, there's another layer. Get some more paint, add some red to this one. I'm just going to kind of press, well, I don't know what's going to get cut out, so it really doesn't matter. There we go. It doesn't come off evenly anyway, so it's fine. And then with what's left on the plate here, I can go ahead and take some of these, like this one. I'm just going to kiss the plate, which will also give us a little bit of the texture from the bubble wrap. See, so it's not just, so it's, you know, it's interesting. Got some interest happening there. Do I want to kiss? Sure, why not? The kissing the plate, it just adds randomness and is just part of the trusting the process part of things. That's much more red now. That's right, we still want to add blue, I believe. I do. I still want to add blue to that. Oh, that's yesterday's. I'm still making sure I have all the pieces I'm working on today. Not that easy. Let's see. That's yesterday's. Alright, I apparently pulled up some from yesterday. That's not good. Oh, this, especially on this side. Trying not to press the middle of it too much because I like what's happening in the middle, but you know, still gonna. See, I like that. You kiss the plate, and then when you pick up what's left, you get random stuff, which is cool. And apparently there was a hair. Is there still a hair? There's still a hair. Putting myself in my artwork. I can see the hair move, but I can't see the hair. How annoying. There it is. Throw it away. Oh, that's what I started earlier. That was just brayer off. Now, how about do some green? Do we want to do bubble wrap again? This is Permanent Green Deep. It's going to brown out a little bit probably because there's a lot of red in there. So we'll see what happens to it. What's going to happen? What did you do? Okay, I'm just going to get some out of space here. I'm just going to put that down like that. See what comes up. Just little bits of kind of looks black even, which is okay too. I don't mind. It's just pick some of that up. I don't know if much did. No, I think it's too dry right now, which means, let's see, which means not a lot will pick up, but that has given that something to look at. Oh, this needs something. Does it? I don't know. It's got the red. Oh, yeah. All right. I need two. I don't know what I need. I want two. These were too pink. That's why I didn't use those. What about us? Oh, where'd I put my drink? It's over there. Oh. You know, crackle, violet, yellow. No. Well, maybe some raw umber. Maybe bring in some brown. How now, brown cow? Could have done the Van Dyke brown too. Could have done Dick's brown. Why brown? Because there's brown in the things. So why not? Just bring in some depth. Turn it over. Make more mess. Make more mess, but don't make less mess. One is silver and the other's a mess. Nothing, just little tiny bits of brown here and there. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and kiss the plate with that one. So now we have more bits of brown. But, you know, lifting off some of what's on the plate. And you take a lighter one, this one maybe, which doesn't have a lot of definition to it anyway. And this will get tiny bits of brown on it too with the brayer on that one. So chocolate, gel print clay. So you can see a little bit of texture in there. We will want to brighten this up at some point, but for now, we are getting close to an hour, and my arm's really hurting. And I've got some covers to make, so hopefully that will be coming up soon. There's that one. So I'll just show you what we made in this session. I think we did pretty good. Is the sun shining? It's not the sun, it's just my light. It's very shiny and bright. That one, super super subtle. Oh, there we go. See that? All right. Did you see these better? And I don't worry too much about what they look like as a whole because they're going to get cut down to like 4 by 6 or 5 by 7 or half an inch smaller than that, depending on how I frame them out. And I think they'll be fun to play with. Let's put it that way. I think they will be some fun. This one was on music paper. I started with just brayering. This has got lots of layers. Love it. I need to find my sweater stencil someday. Might have some sweater texture stamps too. There's hopefully. I think Mariah said those. Remember the trees I showed you how I made those? Maybe coming out in the shop before this Christmas. I was thinking I'd have to wait till next Christmas, but Mariah's the best. So this is the one I was thinking that I wanted to do some alcohol inks on. So you know, let's squirrel for a second. This is Wilderness. It's green, right? Kinda. Gonna put some of that down, spread it around, pick it up real fast before it dries, because it just does cool things. Oh, plus we'll pick up some of that brown that was on the plate. So like if you just want grungy, just like open your windows. Might be good. Alright, that was alcohol ink. This is Vintage Photo Distress ink. Not the oxide, but the ink, and it's the refill, which is fine. Just gonna spread that around and possibly spray it with some agua. Because I grew up on Sesame Street, so that's what they did. And just kind of pick that up gently. Making a nice, good brownie mess here. But with layers, we got layers happening. I might dry that so you can see what it looks like. And I might even just come in and do this on some of these, which will give them kind of a wash of sorts. You know? Oh, that definitely changed the colors, didn't it? Browned out that green gray, and it brings out that other design somehow. I don't know. In my brain it does. Let's do some more. I mean, I could use the actual spray. I could use other sprays too, but the re-inker, why not? It comes out nice and dark when I use the re-inker. I'm thinking is what I like about it. What I'm not thinking of is where that. I couldn't remember what I was looking for until I remembered. I will try to come back on and, alright, this is what this one looks like. I'm just gonna gently, oh, that was not gentle, but that's okay. It'll dry lighter. It's fine. I'm kind of liking the browning out of things. It's making me happy. I don't know why. More grungy. But there is brown in my pieces that I'm backing, so it works. It works for me. Let's pull that one off. Alright, it's definitely not as blue as it was. Let's just drop that one down there, and this one, yep, I am. I know, don't be mad at me. Well, some of you will be anyway, but that's alright. I can deal. I'm the one that has to be happy with what I made. If you want to do it different, you are free to do it different. You don't have to like what I do. Alright, let me dry these real quick. So these are the ones I just added ink to, so they've changed a bit. So I thought I'd show those real quick. And then really fast, I will show you, I don't know, that one or this one. Or this one. Any one of these would work. This one's got like a lot of stuff happening in the background. Alright, let me grab my cutter. Never mind, I'm just going to grab a ruler. Let's see, I'm not even going to look at the piece I want. I'm just going to cut, I'm just going to draw a line that is approximately 4 by 6 because I am probably going to back it, so it doesn't really matter too much. And you don't have to watch me draw the line. I'm just drawing a line that's 4 by 6. And then I'm going to use a deckled edge ruler, which is probably going to give me a white edge on the other side, right? And just come in here, and since I did it on this side on the other two, well, we'll see if this works. I might have to, there we go, that side worked all right. A little crooked, it's all right. We're gonna have to live with it. All right, any crooked bits you just fix with things like putting paper over it in the corner, like a little bit of book page. So now I have this white edge, so I can just go ahead and just dip it in this little bit of ink down here, because why not? So yeah, if you use your deckled edge ruler on the back side, you are going to end up with a white tear. So if you want the white tear and you want the deckled edge, that's how you do it. You know, in case you're wondering. Just need a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a tiny bit. Add a little water. Spread it through. There we go. Just getting the edges there. You could use dry ink or wet ink to get those white edges. I think the wet ink just kind of is more effective, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Let me dry that real quick. Moving my gel plate before I use the heat gun, because don't want to melt my plate. Alright, and I'm going to use my deckled edge ruler to tear these out too. I think I'll do the little cow, because why not? He's got those little red and green berries down there. And even though these are square, I can always come in and make them more rectangle if the square doesn't work for me. But, you know, maybe the square will work. And also, I'm thinking that I might want to put some book page. Somewhere I have the Christmas Carol, which would be perfect. But do I have that here today now? No, I don't. What do I have? I have some beginner's French. Is that what we want? I don't think that's what we will. I wish I knew what it said. I'd find somewhere that says something about a cow. Potentially. Oops. Well, that ended up smaller than I expected, but that's alright. We'll just put that in the corner or down at the bottom, one or the other. If I put it down at the bottom, I want it a little bit straighter. The thing is, I want these to be like show, and they won't if I don't do something. And also, because I did not get square cards, and all these little guys are kind of on the square side. It's hip to be square. Not today, it's not. We'll just do that. And that. There. Now, I can have more of the painty background show. Alright, I'm going to ink that and ink that. And see if there's anything else I want to add. Maybe I want to add some, what is that stuff called? Cheesecloth or something? Got this pearlized paper at Hobby Lobby. Because even if we're in a barn, why wouldn't we want just a little bit of a sparkle, you know? I mean, we do have the lights on in there. Ooh, we need both pieces to look at, just to be sure. That color could work, but there was like a more orangey. Actually, I was thinking his scarf color. See, that kind of goes with him, his fur. But I know that and it's double-sided by the way, in case you're wondering. I'm thinking the red, it'll bring out his scarf and the berries. Alright, I just want to cut it just slightly larger than him. Do I want it to be ripped? I don't know. But for now, I'm just going to cut it bigger than I need it and drop some paint, because that's fun. And then figure it out from there. I think it still has a white core, even though it's that color on the top and the bottom. And if this is ripped, and oh my word, seriously. Oh, and if this is ripped, you know, has a deckled edge, I think actually having it straight, there might be something to be said for having it be straight. It'll be a little bit more, I don't know, stand out a little bit more. Do we want it to stand out more? Maybe. Maybe we do. I don't need it huge. I just want it just the littlest Was that hopefully that's the edge I started with. The littlest bit. I don't need a huge. I know, I'm covering up a lot of the pearlized paper. I don't care. I got it 40% off, so I'm not worried about it. Being super precise with my measurements here. Hopefully you read sarcasm. So yes, this is the idea of what I'm doing with these papers, is to make some card bases that will then go on the card when my hands are clean. I have to clean my hands before touching these pristine cards, and so there's that. And this could go either, it could go there or it could go there. I'm not sure. I think either way is fine. There's no right or wrong. And then, is this the piece no, this is the piece I just had. Not that it matters. It doesn't really matter. Which can then go also underneath the shiny bit, so that, there. So I'm gonna glue that down. Be right back, show you. So that will go on the front of a card, and that is how I'm using these prints. Thought you might like to see that. I will do another video where I make more cards, because that's kind of fun too, and I will not be doing the same thing for each and every one of them. I may add stamping to more backgrounds. This paper might end up behind this one, who knows, but you know, for this one, that's what he wanted to do. So there's that, and all the papers and all the fun, and I hope you guys have a delightful day. It is, what is today? It is, I think it's Friday. That's when this is going up, and so you have a great weekend. I hope you find time to play and have fun playing, and I'll be here for the next video. I hope you guys have a delightful day. I think these are going to be super, super cute. They will be going up in my shop too, if you're interested in. Some of them will be in my shop, and some of them will be at the thing I talked about earlier, the Sip and Stroll. I mean, there'll be double journal cards, because there's probably already a card vendor, so probably not allowed to sell actual cards. But you know, people can use them as cards too. It'll be multi-purpose. Hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.